Hi guys, it's me Sam here today. So today we are gonna do my collective haul. Some of these things were purchased in March, but I didn't actually put them into my collection and make use of them until April. A lot of these things were purchased in April because I went crazy. If you are interested, continue watching. If you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Sam. I'm a makeup enthusiast. Makeup is my therapy. And if you feel the same way, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can come back and see more content with me. I'm going to go over the things that are right in front of me because I just used them to film this look. If you are interested, I will be posting a full face of drugstore makeup, and that is what I'm wearing right now. Some of these products I've just used today for the first time, so I don't have like full thoughts on them, but I can just tell you what I think right now. So I picked up a bronzer and a couple blushes from Chic Glam, their liquid formula, and I have to say it was super easy to use. Especially the bronzer. I feel like this was a little bit thinner in formula than the blushes. They were a little bit thicker and creamier. Nothing wrong with that, but just because this was so thin, it was so easy to blend, and I really enjoyed it. I got mine in the shade Warm Honey. I feel like it might be a little too orange, but I'm going to check out the site and see what other shades they have. I picked up this blush in the shade Swipe Right, and I already had it in Swipe Right, and I don't think I ever used the one that I previously had. So now I have two of them. It was really nice, really easy to use. I used the wrong brush, but I think it still applied fine. And yeah, it's a super, super easy formula. I think I was overcomplicating it a little bit. Let's talk about, I picked up another shade of this Maybelline Color matte lipstick in the shade Petal. It's a really beautiful shade, and I think it would look really nice on my complexion, but I have to wear colors like this with more neutral looks. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I just look really crazy when I kind of match my lipstick to the rest of my look. I really like that formula, so I already kind of know that's a win. I also picked up a couple newer shades, to me anyway, of the Maybelline Superstay formula. I like this lipstick a lot. I picked up this one in the shade Ruler and then this one in the shade Visionary. Really pretty. This is a more unique shade. Ruler is kind of your typical reddish pink, but Visionary is like this really gorgeous cool tone purple, and I just thought it was super interesting, especially for the drugstore, so I had to pick these up. The Milani highly rated anti-gravity mascara, I'm wearing it right now. This is my first time using it, and I am blown away. I usually know right away if I'm going to like a mascara or not, and so far I am loving it. I really like it. I kind of feel like it's similar to the Maybelline Super High, but it's a little bit more volumizing. So someone like me that doesn't have very many lashes, I want them to look long and I want them to have a little bit more volume. This is quite perfect for someone like me. I wanted to talk about the NYX Bear With Me Concealer. I have the shade Tan and the shade Medium. I feel like the shade Medium is too light and the shade Tan is like more of a foundation shade for me. So I will have to like mix these. I've been using them on their own. I haven't yet used them mixed. I really enjoy this formula and I like the little pump. I really like that you can see the concealer going up the barrel there. And I also like that you don't have to work to use it up and like scrape the sides because it's going to have that pump. So I do like the packaging. I think it's really smart on it. The colors are, they need a few more shades, but the formula is really, really good. This is a product that I haven't used yet, but I picked it up just because, I don't know, I'm crazy. So I picked up the Dr. Seuss collection from iHeartRevolution. I have children and everything that makes me think of my kids like instantly I want. So this is a little crazy dirty right now because I literally spilt coffee everywhere a while back and it got on this. But I do intend on opening these brushes at some point. I should just do that now with you guys, and then I could tell you if they're soft or not. So nowhere on the packaging does it say what kind of brushes to use them for, but there's 1 and 2. This kind of looks like a good, I don't know, you could probably use it for powder, bronzer, blush. I mean, it's a little thin and flimsy, but it is super soft. So it could, you could do bronzer, you can do some blush with this. You could probably set your face. This is definitely more like a contour, but like this would be perfect for like those e.l.f. putty bronzers or the e.l.f. putty blushes. This looks like it would fit in those little pots really good and then be a nice little buffing brush. So I'm going to try with those. These palettes, I don't know if any of you guys are interested in seeing a review for this, so I haven't taken the time to do that. I really just wanted these for my collection. I love how it comes like in this little book situation, and there's a different palette for each book. So we have 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish, and we have green eggs and ham because my name is Sam. So I primarily picked this up because of this palette right here. I could have just bought the palette, but I just love the whole packaging of the whole collection. And my wedding vows, I used, basically the words from this book as part of my vows to my husband. I would marry you in the house. I would marry you with a mouse, that kind of thing. And so it's just super, super cute. And yeah, if you guys are interested in a review of this, I'll take the time to film that. But honestly, like it didn't seem like many people were interested in this collection. And I personally just wanted it for myself. So there's that. The Milani Gilded Flora palette. Today is the first time I'm using this, and I feel like just ring the shame bell. Really, that's what I want to say, because this color story is really, really pretty. The quality is there, and I like the packaging. It has the names on there, has a mirror. It's solid packaging. Why I've taken so long to try Milani eyeshadows, I cannot tell you. It's shameful. Really, that's what it ends up being. I also picked up from Amazon when I was buying crap on Amazon the Wet n Wild Always Blushing palette. I haven't yet used this, but I was like really intrigued because all the brands are coming out with their mauve rose tone palettes, and I felt like, oh my goodness, Wet n Wild's doing it. This palette format, I really do like. When they released the Ice Cream Bee palette, I have that palette somewhere in my drawers, and I absolutely love that palette so much. The formula, and that's so good, and it actually has like a variety of textures. It's such a good palette. So when I saw this same format, I was really excited. So I'm excited to play with this, but I have yet to do that. I picked up at my local Walmart, and I didn't film anything because I feel like this is going to be impossible for people to get their hands on. It really was only at limited places. Let me turn down my lights a little. Is that better? You guys can see things better. All right. So this is the Blooming palette. So I don't know if you guys could get your hands on it, but the formula in here is so creamy. Like the mattes are so very, I gotta turn it down more. The mattes are so creamy, and like the shimmer is amazing. It does have one of those like pressed glitters, which I hate, but like some people really like pressed glitters. So if you like pressed glitters, you might really like this. If you do see it, I recommend picking it up. And the blush, oh my God, it's like so creamy and pigmented. It has like this beautiful sheen to it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like, yeah, the blush, I think there were 2 shades. I got the one in Flower Power, and it's like this mauve pink tone. It's absolutely beautiful. So I picked this up just kind of for myself. It's really inexpensive, and I figured if it was going to be trash that I would just give it to my 6-year-old and she could play dress up with it. But honestly, it's good enough for me to hold on to. All right, sticking with Wet n Wild, I picked up pretty much the entire Care Bears collection, including the bag, the brushes, and I did film a video on that. So I will try to link as many videos down below of reviews that I've done of these products, so I'm just going to give you a quick overview. So I picked up the 4 glosses. This gloss formula is really, really good. I'm quite happy with that. The highlighter in that collection I thought was pretty decent. Especially for my complexion, it worked well. The blush and the bronzer, I felt like the bronzer should have worked for me, but it was a little bit too orange on the skin and a little too light. If you're lighter than me and you like it very warm, bronzer, you might like this, but I'm just keeping it for the packaging, honestly. The Do What You Love blush, it barely showed up on me. It didn't last. It's pretty powdery. I'll probably give this to my daughter. It's cute, and part of me would want to keep it, but honestly, like, I don't need it. I probably should just give these both to my kid to play with. Those were the 2 products that I was least impressed with. The eyeshadow palette, actually, though, I felt like was pretty good. It was pretty good, especially for the price point. Like, it's good for the money, and it's a little bit better than good for the money, if that makes any sense. There's so many palettes out there. I'm going to keep this one. Like, I have a couple. I had like the Saved by the Bell one and some other ones I've decluttered. I don't see that I will declutter this because the quality is there and the color story is really, really pretty. Because that's the other thing. Like, I want a colorful, versatile palette, and this is that. And like, seeing the drugstore do colorful palettes like this, you cannot discourage them because we've been waiting so long to get these. And I know that we shouldn't just accept anything, and we're not. I think the quality in here is there. So there we go on that. The lashes I got were Big Wish, was the blue Care Bear face. I love these. They're sold out on the website. I've been looking because I would love to get another pair of these. They just looked so pretty on my eyes. And my eyes are slightly downturned, and so getting a lash with a little bit of flare like that, that looks decent on me, is hard. I think it was just the perfect amount of flare on there. Yeah, I'm super excited to have those. Let's quickly talk about some other products I have yet to use. I Heart Revolution, or Revolution Pro, or whatever the brand is, also has a clean brand called Planet Revolution. It's clean beauty, and then they have this Colourpop. So I picked up one of those. I picked up the sponges and a brown. They advertise this as a brow eyeliner pencil. So I picked that up, and one of the palettes. I haven't yet used these products. I was thinking about doing a video with this, trying their clean beauty and seeing like how good it is from the drugstore. So if you're interested in that, keep an eye out. I will be filming that pretty soon. All right, so the Bridgerton collection came out, and I picked up a lipstick and the new palette. The lipstick I picked up is in Entranced. It's absolutely stunning. I love the formula on this. Pat McGrath lipsticks are really, really good. They're one of the high-end brands that I just know whatever lipstick I'm going to pick up from them are going to be good. Like Natasha Denona's lipsticks are probably, they're creamy and they do feel like good quality, but I am not a fan. They're just a little too thick for me. And the ABH lipstick that I tried recently, I didn't love either. So I mean, I'm going to use them because I have them and they're not the worst, but for the price point, I think we can get better. I did pick up the palette. This was Belle of the Ball. And between this one and the first one, I like this one better. They're very, very similar. So if you have the first one, you don't need to necessarily get this one. But if you don't have either of them and you wanted to pick up one, this is the better one because I think you have more versatility in the shadows here. There's a few less berries than you normally get in a Pat McGrath palette. The quality is amazing. And yeah, I really do like this palette. I'm not going to lie. So I did film a video with this palette, so I will link that below if you want to see what I pulled off with it. This next one is the e.l.f. Dunkin' Dozen. And I did a video with this one too. I think this was pretty good. I was pleased with it. I like these bite-sized palettes better than the ones they previously had. Look at how cute that is when it opens. Because they're a little less hard pressed. I felt like the other bite-sized palettes are very, very hard pressed, that it just wasn't fun to use them. All right, so let's talk about, oh my God, guys, there's some products. All right, let's talk about Colourpop because I have a bunch of Colourpop things here. So the one thing that I haven't used or reviewed is the Limelight palette. I love greens and I really wanted to have this, so I picked it up, but I haven't yet used it. I think this is going to be really fun for summertime. I may or may not film something with this. I feel like it's kind of old news at this point, so maybe you guys don't want to see it, but I also think this is a really pretty color for the summer. So let me know in the comments below if that's something you would be interested in. I did pick up the 2 jelly shadows in Scandal and Heartthrob, but again, I haven't used those. The Sweet as Can Be collab with Winnie the Pooh. I have this palette. I did film a look using this palette, but I haven't yet edited it. I don't know if it's going to come out before this, probably. I really like the quality of this palette, and yeah, I'll link that below when I post this video so that you can see it. I did pick up all 3 of the highlighters. I think they could actually all work for me, which was really surprising. Although if you're very fair, you might not have a good option, because if they all work for me, they might be a little too dark for you. The next palette I have here is the Avatar palette. I love this packaging. I mean, Colourpop has been killing it with the packaging and the palettes. And this is what she looks like. I did a video with this one. One of my favorite looks ever that I've created was with this palette. I just love the way the colors worked with each other, and super, super pumped. So definitely check out that video if you're curious. And the highlighter from that one is this one called Got Glow. This is literally like the perfect highlighter shade for me. I love that. And honestly, the Super Shock Cheek formula is my absolute favorite highlighter formula. So I'll probably pick up every highlighter they ever do in that formula. I picked up 2 of the Super Soft Cheek blushes from the Let's Roll collection because I wanted to get the palette, but then it reminded me so much of the Powerpuff Girl one that I just didn't end up getting it. So this one is in 360. I also convinced myself I didn't need that collection because it was a dance skating collection and not a roller derby skating collection. I know, it's really stupid and most people won't know the difference, but I do. So that was enough for me. So this one I think is going to be my favorite. It's all laced up. I've used this one already once and it's just super, super pretty. I don't know if you can even see it. There you go. Absolutely stunning. I love this formula, especially the pearlized ones. I do like the matte ones, but I don't love the matte ones. If you get the pearlized super shock cheek blushes, you would be so pumped. All right, some more eyeshadow palettes. We have the reformulated Gemini palette. I did not pick up the Gemini 2 because honestly, we have too many berry tone palettes and I don't need them all. So this is a palette I've been wanting for ages and it's absolutely stunning. I did film a video with this one as well. So if you're interested in my thoughts on that, I will also link that below. It's pretty good. Then we have the Heather Austin collab with Adept. Really beautiful, grungy palettes and one of my all-time favorite formulas. I also filmed a video with this one. So again, I will be trying to link as many videos as possible down below. The Beauty Bay palettes. Let me just see if this is all of them. I feel like I'm missing one. Beauty Bay palettes. So this is the only one I haven't filmed a video with, and I do intend on it, even though the views on that isn't great, but I just love Beauty Bay so much, and I feel like it's good to have a nice archive of all the palettes. This is the berries one, and everybody's doing a berry tone palette, rose tone palette, so I feel like this is very fitting for what's been coming out. I also feel like this is an affordable option to all the crazy high-end brands that are coming out with their palettes. I also picked up the Midnight palette in the large and the small ones, and I did a video on that. That's already up, and I will link that down below. I mean, you guys already know I really love the Beauty Bay formula, so there's no surprise with that I picked these up. Then also the Earthy palette. So let's show you guys really quick what that looks like. Really beautiful green palette. I did a video with this one already as well. I did 3 looks with these ones. I'll probably just do 1 look with the berries because it's just the one palette and it's smaller. But because this had so many variety of shades, I really did want to give it more options. So if you're looking for inspiration or anything like that, be sure to check out that video. I also forgot with the Colourpop stuff. I did pick up the little, I'm not flipping out, the little mirror, compact mirror, and then the little lip mask and what is it? A lip mask and lip scrub duo for the cute little Winnie the Pooh collection. So adorable. And then we have this. It's never ending. This I actually picked up in February. It came in March and it sat on my dresser and I didn't touch it for ages. And I put it to the side because I just hadn't gotten to it. And so finally I got to use it, and this is what she looks like. She's really, really beautiful. I also did a video on this, and I'm kind of glad that I held off on playing with this because Unearthly Cosmetics came out with a bunch of other products that I got to use with this. So this is also the highlighter that came with it. And with the new release, I picked up a couple of the single blushes. They come with just the blush in a pan. And then I purchased these cute little magnetic palettes to put the blushes in. So I got the shade Punch. And then this one is the shade Burst, which is more of a red. And then I got the purple one in the shade Pop. So those were really cute. I also picked out a bunch of the new multichrome, I think they're called gel cream shadows. She also came out with some flakes, but I only picked up the multichromes in MC1, which is like this green one. The MC5, which is a little bit more fuchsia, and then the MC6, which is like blue teal. Some more Melt Cosmetics. I got 2 of the liners, one in caramel and one in cocoa. I haven't used the one in cocoa, and that's why it's still in a box, but I did use the one in caramel, and this is beautiful. They're called the Slick Waterline Eye Pencil, and they really are that. They literally just so creamy, glide on the waterline. I do want to pick up the olive one now that I know how good they are. I picked up a bunch of these single eyeshadows, the Sephora line ones, because of Amanda Z. And some of these are really good and some of them are not my favorites. So the ones that say Sequence Effect. So I have 2 of them, one in Glitter Fever and one in Diamond Crush. So this is what Diamond Crush looks like, and then Glitter Fever is the gold one. I literally got a gold and a silver. I thought, why not? And I just literally jabbed my finger right into that product. Now, luckily, these are really, really creamy. But my problem with these, like these specific ones, the sequence ones, these are more like a pressed glitter. And you'll have to still use a glitter glue with them. They are beautiful, but they really are a glitter. The ones that say sequence, they're just a straight up glitter. Now, the one that says metal is really, really pretty. and it is a super metallic shadow. But my favorite ones, that was in To the Moon and Back. My favorite ones, if you're looking to get any, and that's, oh, the other one I got too was Shock Chalk, which is amazing. And that's a metal one. Those are exceptional. And then I got a couple of the glitter ones. These are pretty good as well. One of them was kind of soft and like broke. That's the one in Ballet, and then this one is Shooting Star. Now, surprisingly, the ones that say glitter, like they're very sparkly, but they're not as like wet and glide. They don't have that slip that the ones that are the metal effects are. So if you're looking for like a really pretty wet eyeshadow, make sure to get the ones that say metal on them, because those, the metal effect, because those are the ones that I think are like superior to the other ones. I also picked up on the Sephora sale the Lys Concealer. Love this one. I got the shade TG5. It's like a perfect match for me. I picked up the Makeup Forever HD foundation in the shade 3Y46. I thought this was too dark for me and I was saving it for the summer, but I wore it recently and it is slightly too dark for me, but it's not like so bad on me. So I actually wore it a couple times and I love this formula. It's really, really good, especially if you have oily skin. I feel like it goes on and it looks really, really nice. And it's kind of matte, but as you wear it throughout the day, it just has like really good longevity. And it gets slightly more natural looking the longer you wear it, but it doesn't get oily or break down or anything like that. So I really, really enjoyed that. I got two of the Laura Mercier's tinted blushes. I got Sun Drenched and Corset, and these are really beautiful. The first time I used it, they were kind of like blotchy, and I think what it is that it's a creamy, quick dry formula. It really does dry down to like a matte formula. So I feel like these are best used surprisingly with a sponge. Not a drenched sponge, but like a slightly damp sponge. You can pick it up, blend it out, and it gives you a little bit more wiggle room on the application of it. So that's my recommendation for this, is that you use it with a sponge. I also picked up a couple Gucci lip products, the Liquid Lip in Rosewood. I think that's the shade I picked up. Mildred Rosewood. Absolutely beautiful. One of my all-time favorite liquid lipsticks. Super thin but pigmented. Very, very comfortable. Not crazy drying. I absolutely love this formula. And then I picked up the regular matte lipstick in Penny Beige, which has been something I've been lusting forever for. It's like the perfect nude on me. Love the Gucci formula. It is very fragranced, so if you don't like the smell of roses, you're not going to love that, but I do really enjoy it. Bare Minerals, they brought back the bronzer blushes. Thank the Lord Jesus. And I picked up Kiss of Rose. It is absolutely stunning. This is like one of my all-time favorite blush formulas, and so happy to have this in my life. I also picked up from Charlotte Tilbury the Pillow Talk Multi Glow. This was in Dreamlight. It's the darker one. Love, love, love this beautiful formula. I use most of these products in my Sephora haul try on, so I will link that video as well below. This is a product that I haven't gotten to use, and it's the Charlotte Tilbury Quad in Pillow Talk Dreams. I need to use this. Maybe I'll use this in a video. I'm not sure. I also picked up the Dior Backstage Powder No Powder in the shade 4 Neutral. Really enjoying this product a lot. And then the last thing, is this the last thing? This is the last makeup product because I actually have some perfumes to talk about, oddly enough. So I picked up the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 2 palette, and the packaging is really, really beautiful. The color story is gorgeous. I use this in the Sephora video, try on video, so you'll get to see me in action using this on my eyes. I do like it. I'm not sure exactly if I love it yet. I am going to do a video kind of ranking all the palettes that I've tried because as you guys can tell, I've tried a lot of palettes this month, and I just think that's probably the best way to figure out which ones were the best and which ones weren't. Then the last items I wanted to talk to you guys were some perfumes. So let me just clear off this mess a little bit so I can show you guys. All right, in the Sephora haul, I picked up 2 of these Kayali perfumes because I picked up a couple last year in the last Sephora sale. I've been trying to get back into perfume the past year and randomly just collecting like the little samples and stuff like that and figuring out what kind of scents I'm enjoying. And so I picked up, and I also really love these little packaging for the Kayali brands, little bottles for their little trials. So I picked these ones up. This one's Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, and this one is definitely a peppery scent, and very, very sweet, which it says. So it makes sense. I like it. It's just very feminine. My husband loves this on me though. It's not my favorite, but my husband really likes it. It's pretty. It's very feminine. If I had to pick between this one and the other one, which is the invite only amber one, I prefer this one. It is still a feminine smell, but it's a little bit more warm and a little bit more spicy. And yeah, I really do like it. It has a vanilla kind of touch to it, but not too much because I hate vanilla. But yeah, I really do like this one. My favorite one out of all the ones I've tried is the Deja Vu one. But the amber one was pretty good. So because I've been collecting all these little samples and trying all these little samples, I really liked I think it's called the Mugler brand, and the scent is called Alien. I had quite a few of those little Sephora samples from like past purchases in my little stash that I've been using, and I really liked it. So I was like looking it up. It's super expensive. It's sold out in a lot of places. And then I came across Dossier Fragrances. So I went on there initially just trying to get their inspired scent of that, but I picked up 5 total. So I wanted to kind of like just talk to you guys about the ones that I picked up and what I'm kind of thinking. So I picked up the Ambery Cedarwood, which is their inspired version of the Mugler Alien scent that I like so much. I do not love this. It doesn't really smell like what I expected it to smell. It has an extremely sweet top note. I feel like the orange blossom, it's just super sweet. And then they have jasmine sunbok in it, which I know the Alien scent has jasmine in it, but I think this one just is over the top, like very, very sweet and very feminine. And then it has lots of vanilla in it. So this one I'm not really a fan of, but I also picked up some other ones that I really do like. So I picked up the Ambery Vanilla, which is supposedly inspired by the YSL Black Opium. And I really, really like this one. It is a little bit more sharp, a little bit more feminine because I think of the jasmine, and it has some pink pepper in there. But I think because of the cedarwood and the patchouli in here, it kind of more settles down a little bit. And because the jasmine in here is not that sunbok one, that's really, really like crazy sweet. So I really like this one a lot, and I feel like it's similar enough to the Black Opium. It's not exact, but it's similar enough that like if you didn't know any better, it would be the same. But like because I've been like sitting at home comparing it, I know that it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty close. Like you probably wouldn't be able to tell if somebody was sitting next to you wearing it that it's not the Black Opium one. I also picked up the Woody Oak Moss. Yeah, that's what it's called. And this is the Chanel Coco Mademoiselle. I love this. I love this scent. I do not have the Coco Mademoiselle to compare it to, but it doesn't matter. I really enjoy this scent. It's really, really good. It has bergamot, which is like one of my favorite scents. And you can definitely clearly get the rose in here, which I also like. And I just really enjoy this one a lot. And then I picked up two more, and I'm saving the best for last. So this one is their Forger Bergamot, which is their Versace Blue Dylan, which is, and it's their male version. And it's obviously a men's cologne, and I don't care. I love, love, love this. I love the geranium in here. I love the bergamot set in here. Absolutely beautiful. I am a big fan of that. And then my favorite one is the Woody Coriander, which is their version of the Dolce & Gabbana The One men's version. And this is my absolute favorite. I think it really is like the tobacco scent in here that just makes me crazy. But and the cardamom, I just think this is really, really good. This is my absolute favorite of all of those. And yeah, I had to like actually bring it up because I was enjoying it so very, very much. I also tried a whole mess of eyeshadow brushes. I bought brushes from Makeup Shack. I bought a couple Refer brushes, and I bought a set of Amazon brushes. And I've been kind of using them and comparing them. I think I'm going to do a separate video on that. So if you're interested, keep an eye out on that, because I wanted to kind of, a lot of the brushes that I use are from BH Cosmetics when they had their single brushes. And I love those brushes so much, but they don't exist anymore. So I can't really tell you guys what I'm using all the time. So yeah, hopefully I can do that video shortly and get that out there so you guys can see what I think. And yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Sorry it took so very long to go over everything. Like, I know that was like forever and a day. So I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with me. I really, really do appreciate it. And until next time, love you guys. See you soon. Bye.